Witch Hat Atelier turns magic into manual labor. Picture the scene: Coco sitting on the floor of Kiefer's atelier, papers scattered everywhere, wand still wet with ink, and half an hour into her first lesson, she already looks like she's about to pass out. Not from some magical backlash, from homework. That one image tells you everything the story wants you to understand about its magic system before it explains a single rule. This isn't power that strikes you like lightning. It's a trade you learn with your hands, and your hands get tired. For most of her life, Coco believed exactly what most fantasy protagonists believe. Only witches can cast spells, and you're either born one or you're not. The rest of the world just basks in whatever magic comes their way. Here's the thing: that belief isn't a world-building gap in this story. It's a deliberate lie spread on purpose. Generations earlier, magic was common knowledge, and the wars that resulted from that were bad enough that the witches who survived made a pact: hide the actual method and let everyone assume casting is something you're simply born with. Guarding that secret is the entire reason the witch community organizes itself the way it does. So, before we even get to how magic works, the story already tells us you have to be chosen. Framing isn't natural law. It's a cover story. When Kiefer actually lays out what casting requires, it doesn't look like a fantasy grimoire. It looks like a supply closet, a dip pen with nibs you'll need to replace, ink made from a specific tree resin, a palm-sized notebook for spell work you need to keep discreet, a separate wand for inscribing on stone or wood. Every piece is something you could misplace, run dry, or even wear out. Coco even recognizes some of it on sight because it isn't so different from the cutting and measuring tools she grew up using in her mom's dressmaking shop. The story or the show is quietly telling you this is craftsman equipment, not a chosen one's relic. And the system polices itself like a trade too. The story is explicit that making magical tools before you've passed your apprentice test is against the rules. That's not a curse keeping the unworthy out. That's licensing. Then there's a toll casting actually takes. Coco's first real attempt at fire magic leaves her wobbly leg. Sparks falling everywhere, paper catching on fire because she can't yet balance the flame, which means she can't quite make the sigils, the markings, and closing the outer ring basically pristine. It's not framed as her lacking some innate gift. It's framed as a technique problem, the same as a beginner overcorrecting a stitch or a carpenter misjudging pressure on a chisel. Kiefer's own reaction underlines it. He admits, almost apologetically, that he's never taught a student who hadn't already absorbed the fundamentals most apprentices grow up with. That's a teacher talking from a syllabus perspective, not a prophecy. Later, Kiefer takes Coco to a magic stationery to pick up her own wand, not because her borrowed one is cursed or beneath her, but because a pen's weight and grip matters. The same way any tool's ergonomics matter to whoever has to hold it for hours at a time. It's a small, almost mundane detail, and that's exactly the point this whole system keeps making. Strip away the pointed hats and the flying carriages, and what's left is a magic system built on literacy, repetition, and having the right equipment on hand. Closer to a skilled trade apprenticeship than a bloodline fantasy. Whether Shirahama Sensei intends that as a direct comment or on technical education, I can't tell you for certain. That's my read on it, though, when I look over the chapters over and over again. Not something the text actually spells out. But once you notice the craftsman framing, it's hard to unsee. In this world, talented and well-trained are built to look like the exact same thing. If you've been wondering why Coco's spells look nothing like the effortless magic in most fantasy stories she probably have read growing up, or that you've probably read growing up. That mystery only gets stranger from here. Next time, we're going to look at what happens when someone from the outside that trade tries to shortcut it. And while the story treats that shortcut as a genuine threat, not just a mistake. Now, here's a question for you. If magic in this world really is a trade you learn with your hands, what real world skill do you think it's closest to? And would you have the patience to apprentice under Keyfree? If you made it to the end of this video, thanks for hanging in there with me. Do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. I will meet you at the next Pointed Hat discussion. Thanks for stopping by and watching.